Well, hello everyone. Out of context, that line makes absolutely no sense. We are absolutely professionals at this. But anyway, welcome back to ReeRoles. I am your storyteller, and it is my duty and honor and sometimes pleasure to guide these wonderful people through various adventures. But today, though, we'll let these four introduce themselves and tell you who they're playing, and hopefully they'll get through today's episode because they have some interesting ideas. And we'll start here. We'll start with Ari.
Hi, I'm Ari, and Ree does this typically just to get back at me because I occasionally run my mouth. But hi, I am playing King tonight. The local Uthanatos who is on his way to go find a node.
All right, next up, Sir Monolith.
Sometimes? Okay. All right. It's always a joy. It's always a joy. Especially for any of you guys that caught the Cthulhu game that we just wrapped up this weekend. You should go check it out again. But tonight, I'm playing Ethan, and we're going to see what kind of trouble we can cook up. And maybe just get just to the precipice of death, but, not quite go over the edge. Because, we got to keep the story going.
It's a dangerous edge to approach. Kira, your turn.
Yes. Hi, I'm Kira858, and I was just about to tell the rest of the cast that Phoenix is about to jump ship and head off with Claudia and and Kian in this endeavor. And I, of course, am playing Phoenix, who is just trying to understand their way in the world and is not fully prepared for what's most likely about to happen. So we shall see.
Mm-hmm. Only was that easy to escape. Last but certainly not least, Jeannie.
Sometimes I feel like Ree is gonna roll me. Anyhow, I'm Jeannie Von Esch. I'm playing Dr. Claudia Drake, Claudia Fountainblue Drake, verbatim, and trying not to get rickrolled.
All right. Well, that's how we are introducing ourselves tonight, I guess.
It's okay, Dr. Claudia. I'm never going to give you up.
Are you let me down?
Yes.
In our last session, our cabal was brought together by an enigmatic woman named Simulacra and told to go and to find a node and reawaken it in order to receive a number of potential boons, potential rewards. Now, as our cabal is attempting to administer and to use their many mystical arts to find this node, we rejoin them where I believe they are in the midst of splitting up. So I ask the four of you, what would you like to do today?
Survive, please.
Nah.
Not just drive to the location safely, find our node, activate it, and feel good about ourselves.
Sure.
Excellent. Perfect.
Yeah, I see no problems here. I mean, I have my chauffeurs. He's taking me to the node, and then we're going to claim it. See, I don't see anything that can go wrong.
So first, let me ask you this: are all four of you traveling into the lake together?
I think that's what we need to get clear is who's going to the lake. Or are we going to the lake first and then going to the observatory, or what?
I was hoping that was the case. Since his sister kind of told him like the lake is the place that he has a certain flaw that makes her word like iron steel. So he's kind of hoping that the rest will follow suit, but he also was told that not to trust everyone. So he's crossing his fingers, but expecting the worst.
I know Kian wanted to go to the observatory, so.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the locations around the lake were potential hotspots, so Ethan doesn't really care too much where we start, since we're headed toward the spot that we all agreed on was the spot.
All right. So it sounds like Ethan and Phoenix are heading to the lake, and Claudia and Kian are not. So we will start with Ethan and Phoenix. You all are left in a parking lot nearby the official docks for Lake Erie. You can see here, we'll say it's about 1 in the afternoon. And you can see there are some people who are going. Some are preparing boats to go out. Others are bringing boats in. Is there anything you all are doing before you start interacting with people?
I may activate my I may go ahead and get just on, since we're looking for magic. I may get my quantum field analyzer ready so that I can do aura detection, looking for like magical signatures and stuff in the area.
Okay. All right. So, tell us, what does your quantum field magic analyzer look like?
It links up with my glasses because I have some smart glasses, and I use it on the phone. I that way I can show people. I can also do an overlay on the glasses, but it's easier to do it on the phone. The battery life on the glasses is not a lot.
All right. Roll me your art at difficulty 4. While this is happening, Phoenix, are you making any precautions?
Yes, it would have been actually before we would have stepped out the car. While we were driving there, I would have done essentially just pulled out a map, and he would have essentially performed some of the lake area, and he would gather some utensils and equipment, and essentially attempt to try to zoom in or where within the lake the magical essence could be found.
All right. Roll me your art at difficulty 5.
Okay.
And both effects will be coincidental.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Give me a perception and awareness roll, and that'll be the roll that you were applying to other things if something needs to be seen. And you can subtract your successes from the difficulty. So 6 minus I said 3.
3. Yeah, so 3. Well, it's a good thing I have a super high perception and awareness. Dun, dun, dun. It's okay. There's not room for everything when you're making characters.
How many did you get, Phoenix?
2.
Okay.
I got 1 success
Okay.
because I only have 1 dice.
This is beautiful. Beautiful choices have been made to do. Beautiful choices. I 100% agree. Phoenix, with your let's say scrying, you find that your tools point you to the very center of Lake Erie.
Okay.
Even taking the time to verify with smaller and smaller maps, you find that it is the same. It's about the dead center of the lake.
I mean, we would have to. Ooh, okay. Okay. So yeah, that would be the main thing. I will, of course, tell the group after performing my scry. I will look up and say, it seems like at least in the lake, all things point to the center. So I guess that's where our best bet would be.
I suppose we'll need a boat. Can we see like across the lake from here, or is it too big to see across?
You can just barely see it, the other side of the lake. It would be, I don't have the exact size of Lake Erie in front of me, but getting from one end to the other would take you quite a bit of time.
Are there any islands out in the lake?
No.
Okay, so it's just water all the way across. Okay. Well, yeah. I guess we should. You said that me and Phoenix are alone right now, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you guys have been left in a parking lot for a business called the Cleveland Underwater Explorers, and you can see around you there are people who are going about their business. Some people are crossing the street to go to the various shops and things like that. But you all are by yourselves.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call CN to let him know, like, hey, I think we've got a lead on something in the middle, out in the lake here, like out in the water.
Sure. I will say the second team, you all would still be in transits, but you could still answer the phone. Where time is a little shaky, but it'll be all right.
Did you call him or did you text him?
You know what? Actually, that's a good point. Probably would have texted.
Kian
This is-
leaves you on read.
So this is 2020. This is 2024. We don't call people.
Well, you sent a message, and you clearly receive a red notification. But
It's
that's
fine. Probably driving. It's fine.
Mhm.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. I guess we'll have to take a look ourselves. Then, I think Phoenix at that point is going to start putting on some senses just to be able to see what's around at better detail. So, he's going to essentially take a deep breath, in and out, mutter what sounds like incomprehensible words, and then he's going to look up and going to use spirit to be able to see what's around on the other side, if there's anything suspicious.
Okay. Let's see. That would be difficulty 4. I'll say it's still coincidental.
Okay. Nice, 3 successes.
Okay, so you take a peek beyond the gauntlet, and what you find is similar to what you see on this side, only you are at a threshold where nature and civilization are meeting. So behind you, you see what looks to be a labyrinth of buildings, many of which are in designs and shapes that defy common sense. Some seem to be extending upward, others sideways, some almost outside of the 4 dimensions. But the lake in front of you is different. It seems to be completely barren. It doesn't even really look like a lake. It looks to Phoenix's eyes, it looks like someone took the lake and then just removed all the color from it. There's still gray, it's still water, but it seems wrong, as if someone removed something from it.
So I would definitely let Ethan know about this and say, this is not normal. So we should be cautious as we enter.
Well, yeah. Most of these things don't tend to be left unattended. I imagine something or someone is probably using it, and I don't know that they'll be all too happy for us to show up, unannounced, claiming it as our own. Caution's probably good.
Phoenix nods. Was there any places where we could rent a boat, or will we have to go
There is a spot in front of you, Cleveland's Underwater Explorers. You can tell that these people though seem to be scuba divers. You can see there are people in full wetsuits with their tanks either being on their backs or being carried away. A little bit further down, you can see there are people docking and moving boats, though you don't know if they're selling any.
Okay. Phoenix will look over and say, I think we should have both a boat and scuba gear prepared just to be on the safe side.
Oh, you're a scuba diver?
No, I have never done it before in my life, but I'm assuming I'm going to have to do some swimming underneath the ocean, underneath this lake.
Sure, it can't be that complicated. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. He looks at his familiar, I forgot what her name is, so I'm just going to name her Raina. He looks at his familiar Raina, and then just kind of like squinches his face and like, oh, this seems like a really bad idea, but we got no choice. and then he looks up at Ethan and says, I guess that's all we could do.
Does Raina have a collar and a leash?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming unless it's one of those dog. Well, how's Cleveland like? Like, do they have like
It is
parks where
very legal
dogs?
to just let your dog run
Oh,
around.
well, yeah.
Maybe if you
That's
went to
what-
a specialized place, but that is not where you are.
Gotcha.
So you do see
California
there are some
is a little
people
bit
who
more
are
loose, so that
there are some people who are eyeing you a little warily, but everything seems to be fine.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I guess we make our way over to. Wait, which one? Which one was closest? The boat salesperson, or
The Underwater Explorers building is closest.
okay?
All right. So as you all are approaching, looking, let's say unique. You all make quite the trio here with your massive hound and glasses. Yes, unique. So as you are approaching, you see the building itself is about 2 stories, and the second one is glass window panes, and then there's a big Underwater Explorer sign. But as you are entering it, you see there is a sign with the various rules of coming into this business. No shirt, no shoes, all that stuff. You do see there is a requirement that you either bring your own gear or you buy something from them directly if you want to be able to use their stretch of water, to put it simply. Are you all going in to, well, who is speaking rather? We want to see how well your charisma is going to go over.
Well, I don't know. Are you a chatty Cathy, Phoenix?
No. Phoenix is the adorable type. If you need like a poster boy for a face with his 5 dots and appearance, he got you covered. But if you expect him to speak, it all goes downhill from there. So I can get pushed in front to get the ladies to be like, oh, he's so adorable, and then kind of like loosen them up a little bit, and then you can go ahead and deliver the deliver the haymaker.
No, it's okay. I mean, we just need we need a boat. I mean, if you want to get scuba gear, sure, I guess. Without expertise, though, you're probably gonna kill yourself. Scuba diving's not a joke. Although we're mages, right? So I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, we don't need. I mean, I'm sure you can just go bibbidi bobbidi boop. I now have gills, right? It'll be fine. That's no paradox.
Sure. So, as you enter, you find there is a bit of a seating area, and then there is a front desk where there is a man who looks to be in his 40s. You can see there is a kind of a nasty sunburn right around his collar area. And then a woman standing next to him who is a redhead, and she's wearing a black and kind of gold wetsuit. And as they see you enter, you see the woman do a double take. And then her eyes lock on the very large wolfhound walking into her business. And she looks at both of you and he goes, this is not a place for pet swimming. Is there something I can help you gentlemen with?
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you kindly for your hospitality. Don't be afraid of the puppy. He's very nice puppy. Wouldn't harm a fly. Very intimidating, though. I understand. Very big.
I'm sure that's what the teeth are for, not harming people.
I said flies, not people.
How can I help you two?
We were curious as to, I see this wonderful establishment you have here for, scuba diving and the like. I was wondering if there was anywhere around here for boat rentals.
Oh, boat rentals. and she checks with the man next to her, who you can see is speaking a different language. I don't believe any of you can speak either Russian or German, so you have no idea what's being said. And I'm not going to try because I would offend both countries very badly.
I like how you said Russian.
Special.
I like how you said Russian
Russian
or
or
German as if
Yeah,
they're
Russian or German.
interchangeable.
They could, whichever language you knew would be the language they were speaking between the two of those. It's Schrodinger's language. But they talk for a moment, and then the woman turns back to you and he goes, "Well, there is a spot where you can join one of the tourists renting. If you want a personal boat, that would run you a bit more, but you may be able to find someone who doesn't have a need of their boat for the day. There are some people, if you just go right out here and look all the way down, there are some boating enthusiasts that are always looking for an opportunity to show off their boat. So you may be able to convince them to take you out. If you just want to explore the areas close by, though, we can have a scuba demonstration as well, if you don't need a boat specifically.
Well, we have some friends coming, and they may be interested. I've never done scuba diving myself. Those tanks look very heavy. I don't know if I could even carry one.
Phoenix is going to sit forward a bit, take off his hood to allow his curls to like wrap around his face, and he's going to place his chin on top of his hands and kind of like look up like very sweetly, like, "We never done anything like this before. Do you mind if you like show us how it works?"
Okay, so you're trying to get them to show you how to. Okay, are you going to offer to pay them? Or are you trying to get them to do it for free? Because that would change the difficulty of your role.
Oh, pay. I'm just trying to use my looks, since I have a specialty in adorable, to make sure it's as cheap as possible.
Okay, we'll say difficulty 6. But since you're trying, are you trying to convince him to take the dog with him?
Yes, because I know the dog was a
that'll
bit.
increase it to difficulty 7.
Okay.
Dogs typically don't go scuba diving. It is typically not a job for them. You can do appearance in either expression or empathy, your choice.
Okay, sure. All right, much better, much better. You said difficulty
Did you-
7
did you
total.
say-
7.
Did you say dogs
7.
typically don't go scuba diving? That sounds like a harmful stereotype.
I think it's a harmful act for a dog, actually. No. I don't think they're really scuba
Get him one of
diving.
those bubble helmets, like the astronaut big bubble helmets. It'd be great.
Sure, yep. And I'm sure it'd be a beautiful idea.
Yes. Okay, so because I have a specialty, a 0 becomes 2 successes, right?
Yes, 10 would be 2 successes here.
Okay, so I got 5 successes with 2 crits.
All right. Sure, I can give you an hour. We'll stay in the area no deeper than 30 or so feet. I don't really have a harness for your pet though, but I'll just give you let you rent a few pieces of equipment. She does go over to a tablet and begin to punch in some information. To pay for this, I'm going to say if you have 3 dots of resources at least, you can do so without losing anything. And if you do not, you will lose a dot of resources until the end of the season.
Okay.
So.
I have 3 dots. Family allowance, fortunately. So he would lift up a little bit and be like, hi, Captain, and then put his head back down and try to keep on the kiddish charm as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so she is going to go over scuba safety with the 2 of you. While that is happening, we are going to join Kian and Claudia, who are hopefully having better luck. So, As you all are driving towards the observatory, it is called Warner and Swayze Observatory. Are you two doing anything before you arrive?
Driving so that I don't crash.
I was about to say we're driving, Ree.
Huh?
If you, I mean, listen, you can crash if you want to. You are 100%.
No, thank
to
you.
do that.
I don't
No,
want to
no
leave my
thanks.
bike behind because if I can't bike, then we don't bike, and then there's no friends of mine. It's not the safety drive.
Well, it's up to you. Always up to you. It's always your choice. I prefer to let
If
you
we
do what you like.
park, then yes.
Sure. So you arrive outside of the observatory, and I will post a picture in our Discord that you can take a look to see at what you see.
Let's see here.
So see, the observatory.
Oh, that's not
is,
spooky at all.
So the observatory is abandoned. You can see that the nature has very clearly overtaken parts of it. The stone is dirty and black, and then you can even see the spot where the telescope would be is missing a portion of the roof.
Nice. Claudia will get off of the bike, and she's gonna actually pull out two things. One, it looks like a pair of gunner glasses. The other one's a water bottle. That's the spray. And she's going to go over to the vines or the ivy and start spraying them and start talking to them, like tending to them, giving them a bit of nourishment from, somebody talking to them, because nitrogen. And as she does that, she's going to invoke her green thumb. So therefore, if we do any rolls of Arate, that's -1 diff. And if we do non-Arate rolls, it's -2 diff.
All right. So you are trying to connect with the nature. You do find that the plants are receptive. It's not quite a language, but you can feel that nature is responding.
And it's there, then she will, once it responds and it kind of has some kind of vibe to it, she'll put the gunner glasses on and do a possible prime check to see if there is any kind of prime element going on. And those gunner glasses are subject to prime because of the lenses she put into it.
Okay. Make me an art roll, difficulty 4.
Thank you. That's a tool.
All right. Roll perception and awareness, difficulty 4 total. Kian, while this is happening, what are you doing?
May I add my instinctive merit to perception?
Merit or
As
specialty?
It's a specialty.
Yes. Specialty is fine.
Kian, while she's doing this, is kind of leaning on the hood of his car, and he's got his tarot cards in his hand, and he's shuffling them kind of rapidly to see what will fall out, and he's asking what lies ahead.
Right. Roll the fortune telling roll that you have.
Oh.
Well, are you using it for magic or are you using it for your merit? I believe you have a merit for this. Okay. Then make me an...
No.
With
make me an art table.
With specialties, does the zeros explode and I re-roll them again?
They just
or
count
they just
twice. 2 successes.
Okay, good.
Just 2 successes.
That's 6 with a crit.
Okay. All right. Well, beautiful. Okay. Well, we'll start with you because you're really, really well. 6
What was my difficulty?
successes. 4. 6 successes with a crit. You can definitely sense there is quintessence here. It's rather faint, so you gather that either someone has used it recently or there is something that is not allowing the quintessence to kind of spread out. I would say with your experience, you've grown around sorcerers. You've seen what an area that has not been tapped into for a long period of time would look like. It would be much more than what you're seeing here. All right. Ken, how many did you get, friend?
3 successes. Got a success on each.
All right. The card almost hops out of the deck, almost unbidded. And you see it is the High Priestess turned normal, face up.
Right. Just gonna pluck it up and stare at her for a bit. Either gonna be good for me, or you're lying to me. He's just kind of looking at the card before he puts it back in the deck.
Hey, I think I got a hit.
You got something?
Yeah. How good are you with how good are you at lockpicking? If you're better than me, which is totally cool, do you want to crack at it or do you want me to do it? Because I want to lockpick and get in here.
I'm over here trying to figure out what that would be. Yeah, that's not something I'm good at.
I just use my spheres because it's matter. It's just
Oh, well,
she pulls out her lockpicks. I just didn't know if you could do the probability. Oh, Scarlet Witch.
oh, yeah, no, I got you on that one.
No, I appreciate it.
He's gently gonna like take one of his crystals out of his pocket and just kind of like tap her on the shoulder with it to give her good luck.
All right, you make an Arte roll of difficulty 4 because you're just trying to bless someone, and the
Okay,
number of
cool.
successes you get will reduce the difficulty for Dr. Claudia's roll.
Perfect.
Apparently
4.
we're blessing people just by tapping them with crystals now.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm all here for this.
Was it
Just one success on that one.
All right. So how are you trying to change the lock, Dr. Claudia?
What she's gonna do? She's gonna take her lockpicks, and as she inserts it and works the lockpick, she's gonna use matter to hit all the tumblers as they need to, and pick open the lock. So she's using matter to help find where the lockpicks are at. So as she turns it, it just kind of just does it. It works. And it's coincidental because she's using tools.
All right,
And
I'll say
because she's
difficulty. Go ahead.
And because of green path, that's another minus for the difficulty because it's around the greens that she just worked with.
Okay. But so I will say it'll be difficulty 4, but -1 from Kian's assistance. 3, I believe, is the minimum magic. This is still a magic related roll, so you can't go below difficulty 3, unless I am mistaken. So, roll it.
2.
All right. It takes you a couple of minutes to hit each of the tumblers just right, but when you do, the door opens up and you are able to see the insides of the observatory. The insides are basically a continued story from the outside. Someone had somehow gotten in and has painted the grounds in various forms of art. Graffiti is the word. As you all are going in, are you doing anything else?
We put the gunners back on for prime sight to notice if there's any spell work done or any kind of magic that was done, like traps or something.
Looking around, you don't see anything. You can still continue with those 6 successes from earlier.
Yes.
Can I have you make a perception awareness roll? Difficulty 7.
Perception awareness. What's awareness? Oh, that's pretty good. Seven. So not you. 3 successes.
As you're walking in, there's something familiar about this place. It feels, I don't know, it's hard to put it. Familiar, for lack of a better word.
any gut direction on why I feel it's familiar, or just like feels like I've been here before, I've seen this place before.
You don't think you've been here before, but it's on the tip of your tongue. There's just something about it that feels familiar.
You've got that faraway look. Are you good?
Yeah, I feel like I've been here before.
On a date?
Oh God, no.
Oh, good, because I was wondering about your taste.
He's kind of looking around. He's gonna look at the art and see if anything is giving any like signifying if he sees anything that might be familiar.
You have the occult and the esoterica skills. I will say roll intelligence and esoterica, difficulty 6.
Intelligence and esoteric. Difficulty 6. Perfect. 3 successes.
You take a look at some of the walls as you're going by, and outside the paint that's on them, you can see some of the walls look like someone has removed something from them. You can't tell what was there, but you can see that whatever removed it was definitely magical, but you aren't sure what it was nor what was removed. And that continues as you continue walking through the observatory. There are small signs where the stone seemed to have been altered, but you aren't sure what it is.
I think it's been altered.
Altered how?
Not sure.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah. He's gonna take his deck again and do another one just to see if he can get any more things. And he's like, he's like, High Priestess has already been in play.
High Priestess has been in play.
Yeah. See who else.
That's not bad. That's good.
What am I missing?
A clue.
All right, make your roll. See what the cards have to tell you.
Still 4?
Yeah, the roll is the same.
1 success.
This one's a bit harder, and it takes you a moment to find exactly which card is trying to reveal itself to you. But when you do see it, you find the Emperor reversed.
He's gonna show it to Claudia.
Okay. Isn't that like the absence of masculinity?
Can mean a couple things. It just depends.
Well, you have the High Priestess first.
High Priestess can mean intuition. He's kind of just looking around. High Priestess is mystery, spirituality, inner voice.
What's your inner voice say?
I feel like I've been here before. Emperor can be stubborn, domineering, lack of discipline.
Yeah, I can definitely see that here.
What
Hey,
what is the art? Like, what does the
It
art
looks to
look
be
like?
a scattered bunch of design. Some of it is just words. I would say both of you could assume reasonably that this may be groups of people, maybe kids, or just looking at it, you don't know.
any way to roll enigmas on this?
I would say this would fall under the domain of streetwise. That you're looking. This isn't so much a puzzle.
Can do that
as,
too.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
say
you
she
could
is better.
roll intelligence and streetwise. Go for it. See if you recognize them.
What's my diff at?
I'll say 6. Nice and even 6.
That's a 2 again. I only have 4 dice.
You can
Minus
definitely
957.
see. I would say you can tell that most of these are tags from artists. None of them seem to be anyone you recognize, but most of these seem to be artistic. And when you look at it, you can see some of them have tags from just different street artists, you assume. I would say you could, if you want to, jot them down and see if you can figure out who any of these people are later. But nothing that screams awakened to you.
Is it just the one room, or are there multiple rooms?
It is, the further into the building you get, the fewer paints and tags you see. But it's about, we'll say, the first 5 or 6 rooms before they really start to peter off.
I wonder if there's a basement. Or, hey, how about go up to the observatory first, go up to the main area, and then go down?
Makes sense. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
get a better view up there.
Sounds cool.
I have never been in this observatory.
I don't know. It looks cool to me, though. Hell, I take this for an office. Jeez. Quiet, away from people.
Hey, storyteller.
Yes.
Do I see anything using one of my merits?
Which merit would you be referring to, dear player, dear enlightened one?
My Fey-blooded merit? I am permanently enchanted.
It is interesting that you ask that question, Kian, because at first you don't. At first, this place seems to be almost the absence of everything that makes the Fae the Fae. It isn't until you enter the room next to the observatory that you feel something. It's so small, so minute, but there is a creativity, a desire to learn, to experience, to know. But it's almost like someone painted over it.
Do I get a sense
Claudia.
on where it's coming from?
Seems to just be this entire room. Claudia, you see there is another door to the back right where a much larger concentration of quintessence seems to be.
Oh, she'll head right to it and try and open the door.
So you try and open it, you can't.
Hey, Ken,
Uh,
can I borrow your muscles?
well, what limited ones I have, sure.
Oh, God. Here. And she'll pull out from her backpack. It looks like a pill. She goes, it's raspberry tasting. It helps to boost up your strength. I'm going to do it too. And who does it? And I will
He'll follow suit.
Yeah.
He
I'll
trusts
use
her enough.
life to see what I can boost up. Do you want me to roll twice?
Yes,
One for me and one
roll
for
twice.
What's the diff, sir? This is my affinity sphere.
I'm gonna say it'll be a difficulty 6 base. I'll say this will be coincidental. You are not pushing the full extent of biology here, hopefully.
Okay, I got it. 1, and the second roll, I got a 2.
All right, so you can add 1 to your strength and 2 to your strength, Kian. And it'll last for basically a round.
Perfect.
Brings my strength up to 3, so.
Same.
Nice. And she'll just say, push, there's Quint behind here.
Yeah, there's shenanery on this side, and he's gonna help her push.
Yep.
As you both begin to push, can I have you both make willpower rolls? Difficulty
Oh.
7.
Willpower. Okay.
Willpower.
Difficulty 7.
2, 4, 5.
3 successes. This one keeps rolling 2s. You're going
One
to sit over there.
success.
1 success.
One
Kian,
success.
as you touch the door. For a moment, you stop. You look at the door, and there's a passing thought that you almost hadn't noticed urging you to leave. Dr. Claudia, you are halfway back to the hallway before you realize that you had wanted to open the door, but then you didn't.
That's not cool. She'll go back and try again.
All right, make me another willpower roll.
Using different dice this time.
Okay.
Those dice failed me. 2, 4. Seven, you say?
7.
Oh, score. 3. Fuck you guys.
All right, what about you, Kian?
Oh, you need to make me roll again. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Using different dice.
She's gonna just go, "Ugh," if she can. Teasing.
3 successes again.
3 successes. This time you both feel it, a compulsion to leave. But now that you're aware of it, you can't ignore it. And as you begin to press against this door, I would say you both notice at about the same time, this door has been sealed. But Claudia, you can feel the quintessence. It's almost like it's been lulled to sleep. And you aren't quite sure how to wake it. Let me see if you have the required skills to see if you can work on this. You do not have Esoterica. I would say you can try to make through it with occult, but it'll be harder. So you make an intelligence and occult roll.
Okay.
The difficulty will be 8 for this.
Okay, I've got 3. Okay. 8?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's been a willpower for an auto success.
Of course.
Thanks. Lucky day. That would be 3 then. I got a 9 and a 0.
Okay. So with 3 successes, you gather someone has placed a ward on this entrance. That part is obvious. You can tell. You aren't sure if this is the node you're looking for, but you could definitely tell it has the quintessence. And I would say you would need to find a way to get through the ward in order to get through that door. And then you may need to figure out how to awaken the node after that. But you aren't quite sure how to do it.
Door first. All right, Kian, there's a ward. I can feel it, and I can.
You are muted, Kian, if you're trying to talk to us.
Oh, he goes, that's not surprising.
And I can feel the quintessence, like right there. It's like I can almost touch it if I could go through this damn fucking door.
So we need to get through a ward.
Yes.
He's gonna pull out his phone and text the others and be like, hey, anyone know anything about barriers? Question mark.
Speaking of the others, Ethan and Phoenix, you two have gone through a somewhat brief explanation of the various safety requirements to go scuba diving. Do either of you know how to swim?
I would assume so, but I don't know if that's not like one of the talents or anything, right? I don't see swimming on there.
No,
I think
purely
it would be more of a agility
you.
thing, right? Dexterity.
yes,
type
the
roll.
ability to swim would fall under the athletics skill, or whether the athletics talent. But the question is just up to you guys, or survival, I guess, depending. But it's up to you if your characters learn to swim.
Yes, I was definitely taught, as I have a few dots in athletics, I was taught to be prepared for everything. I'm not really sure why, but yeah. I can swim.
I mean, Ethan can swim. He's not a great swimmer. He doesn't spend a lot of time practicing it or doing it. He does have some. He does have some go pills if he needs to boost his. He has some PEDs if he needs to boost his athletic performance temporarily. But
HGH.
Noted. So you all are given life jackets as well as the a normal scuba suit, almost identical to the one that the woman is wearing. Very kind of tight and water resistant, I suppose. And you're given basic snorkels. These ones are not the ones you'd use for deep diving. These ones are just, the face mask cover and then the little tube
Snorkel,
that'll let
yeah.
you just enough that you look under the water.
Ree, we need to take you outside one of these days so you can see the world.
I don't recall memorize the names of random things.
So,
I apologize.
quick question.
Fucking Cincinnati too long.
Based upon what is attached to my back, I know I have the necklace that makes it impossible for people to be able to detect it, but does that mean I have to have equipment to work around it, or is it able to just like blend through?
Phoenix would know. The wonder you have works on the person's mind. It is not a physical alteration of you. It is designed to make people ignore it.
Okay.
You would have been taught that it is not a perfect defense. Interacting with you too physically or too intimately, I suppose, would reveal it. There is an extent where the mind cannot ignore it. So that is something to keep in mind.
So I would have to figure out how to put this scuba gear on and stuff with the item in place. Okay. Good to know. So,
Choices have consequences.
I didn't have a choice in that. I was born this way. So, so does that mean I would talk to the lady and be like, "Wait, so I have like a back condition. Is it all right if I like just make a few like slits in the scuba gear, just around the back area? That's all. I would pay for it. I just need to make it.
It'll be added under damaging equipment, but sure, I guess.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So that way because otherwise I don't see how my wings would be able to get in the scuba gear. They would have to have touch in order for it to be able to come out. Wait, what?
You don't see Dr.
I don't see. I don't see Claudia. Yeah, I don't see Claudia. I don't think. Wait, what? So yeah, so I just had to make the two slits, and yeah, we're good. So I can give them some room to breathe. It'd be really weird to swim. I mean, I have swum before with wings on, so I haven't. But yeah. Okay.
All right. So, as you are doing this, I will say your modifications will be enough to get the suit on properly. However, in the water, your wings will still distort things, so I will say you will be at a +1 difficulty on some rolls in your attempt to not let people see the subtle changes. The wonder is doing the majority of the work, but it is very... Teaching someone how to not drown is typically a very hands-on process. But, so, you all are also given those little plastic bags that you can put your phones and things into. Before you all really get into the water and get into the wonderful world of scuba diving, you receive a text message from your companions. What message are you sending to your friends? Whichever one of you, I believe one of you
Oh,
said you were sending the message.
Yeah, it was just the what do you guys know about barriers? Question mark. We found door.
They're texting back saying, well, I don't know. It depends on the barrier, but we're breaking some down today, doing some first time scuba diving.
Oh, they're scuba diving.
Tell them I found Quint.
He's gonna go, we found it. He's gonna send the sparkle emoji.
Oh.
And then Ethan's going to send back, you too?
Wait, what? They said that they found it too.
Yeah, take a picture. Take a picture and show them
Y-
of the door.
Yeah, he's gonna take a photo of the door and
Don't have to
just
swim for this.
and just send it back to them and be like, yeah, it's behind a rather stubborn door that's got a rather tricky barrier.
Yeah, we gotta give him in that gotta get him to think. He has to save me. I'm a woman, so therefore let's play this up because I mean he's a guy. Well, I mean you're a guy too, but you know what I mean. Give him a puzzle that
you're
he's gotta
able to
solve
defend
first.
yourself.
I am able to develop myself. I mean, I'd use him as a lance or something, but at the
Oh,
same,
Lance, he's very clearly a dagger.
yeah, you're right.
You're all
right.
wrong. Ethan's going to turn into a flying monkey.
I mean, he is a dagger, but at the same time, we got to go into that primal need to save and rescue a woman, or I don't know. You know him better than I do.
If you two do not wish to spend some time mucking about in the cold water, would you like to come and solve a door puzzle? Question mark.
You want to solve a door puzzle?
In a
Do
spooky
you want to catch his
observatory.
hands?
Sure, throw them. It's not that hard to catch your hands; they're too small.
He's
In
gonna
one
take
hand,
a
he's
picture
going,
of like
"Oh."
the half broken ceiling and be like, in a spooky observatory.
Without any water.
Phoenix, something's come up.
I mean, I would see the text too, so I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's using
Are
the
you
text.
texting everybody? Okay.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
in the
yeah,
text.
yeah, yeah."
I thought he was
Yeah.
getting. I thought he was stripping and getting ready to go swimming.
Not yet, not yet. I had to put the slice in the back first, but yeah, I would have my phone on me, and so I would look down, I'm like, I mean, yeah, this makes things a bit easier. If they already found a spot, to be honest, I'm not really sure how it was located in the middle of the lake, especially based upon what I saw. Yeah. So yeah, they would look up towards the lady that was supposed to help, and shine their cherubic cheeks. Make sure the dimples are at full effect, and be like, "Thank you so much for the help. We have to actually, my mom. Oh, she wouldn't say mom because he doesn't remember. My sister's calling me. I have to go, but here's the money, and he'll pay however much it costs for the trip."
She absolutely does take the money, and just there's a slight relief in her eyes and confusion before she just kind of gives up.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be back. It's just something important has come up, and I really need to take care of this right now. It's very time sensitive.
Yeah,
So I'm looking very much forward to watching my friend here scuba dive.
Thank you for your help.
Right. Sure, no problem.
They took, and then Phoenix will go to Ethan and says, "They took both of the vehicles. I guess. Oh, are we going to take a Uber to get there?"
Yeah. I mean, well, like, yeah. That's yeah. That,
Wait,
that'll be 5 minutes.
how heavy are you?
I haven't weighed myself in a little while. I know I've been watching my figure, so not very.
I'm aware that force is magic is well versed in the Hermes ordeal. So flying should be normal under Hermes. Okay. He was like, I could just fly us there.
What about dog?
Oh, yeah, that would be harder. Okay, let's take an Uber.
Well, how heavy are you? Like, we could. Your dog looks big and strong.
Well, I mean, the dog can't fly. I mean, he looks towards Raina and be like, wait, are you able to fly? You didn't tell me about this.
Raina looks a mix of righteous indignation and insulted at the very implication that you would even consider riding her in any capacity. Utter disdain.
Oh, I don't think she agrees with that solution, so I think the Uber is the safe bet.
Yes, understandable. It's not something that she's used to, so
It's fine. It's okay. Maybe in the future we can work on that.
Okay, so you are attempting to find an Uber that will let you bring your very large dog with you.
Yes, I would look for a Uber Comfort because I'm assuming the more expensive one would be allow for pets, and I would just put it there half pet. You know, I don't say what is a wolf dog. I just say half pet.
Sure. I'm going to say you're going to get a low star on the app for this. Right, sure. So you all are able to find a car that will take you. I mean, it's really only a few blocks away, so it is not overly expensive. But while you all are making your way there, Kian, you send a message home. And you receive a message saying that she doesn't think there's anything weird about it.
He just goes, "Thank you. Sorry to bother you. No, it's pretty late."
It is very... She says, no problem, dear.
Well,
They're only 5 hours ahead of us. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon for them.
yeah, but the whole thing about like you never know which time zone she's in.
Oh. Well, they made an app for that.
Or which time she's following. It's a whole cluster. But this is
Mm-hmm. This is even more of a cluster than that one.
yeah.
Or the other way.
I'm assuming so.
Okay. Because
Arthur's
I'm looking at it as in this is a whole ass puzzle, and I can only sense what's going on here. I can't grab it and open it, and that's what's annoying.
Well, okay. So like this room,
Mhm.
and he turns away from the door. This room feels like the other room where like something was scraped away. Like I feel something was here,
Uh-huh.
but it's like it's been painted over.
Okay.
It's definitely something for Ethan to figure. He loves puzzles, and I don't know about the kid. Maybe the kid likes puzzles too. This is what concerns me.
What, the ward, or that things have been wiped away?
The wipe away.
Well, I mean, I've got some water in a rag. We can try and see if I don't know. Well, you know what? Hold on. And she'll go into her backpack and pull out some like a kind of like a pick, tweezers, and a kind of like remember in biology those little like glass lens things that you would put things on to look through a microscope.
Mhm.
And she'll take some of the scrapings off of that, put just a touch of water in, and put the lens cap on, and she'll pull a she'll use her phone and do matter on it to see if she can she'll use the magnifying lens of the phone with the lens slide or whatever, the slide, and she'll see if she can use matter to determine on what chemicals or whatever was put onto the wall to break down and wipe away the items or wipe away what was on there.
Okay. Are you trying to just physically clean the stone, or are you trying to deal with the metaphysical things that Keen is talking about? Those are different.
Well,
Cleaning the stone is easy.
She's not going to clean the stone. She's trying to see if any chemicals were put onto said stone. So taking off some of the particles that may or may not be affected, putting them on a slide, and then trying to use matter through her phone to determine if there's anything on said particles.
Okay, that would, well, I'll say you can get away with that with a matter 1 effect. So that'll be
That's
difficulty
fine.
4.
It is a 1.
With 1 success, it's hard to see. It's hard to tell. You aren't sure. It's been a long time. The stone here has been left for a while, so there may be some residue on it, but it's hard to tell. You may need to do longer term study.
She'll put it down and let the water react to whatever it is, and then she'll come back to it in a minute, in a few, to see if she can do better.
Kian's gonna sit down on the ground to get himself a little comfortable. And he's gonna use some time in correspondence to see if he can look backward in time a little bit in this location.
Okay.
Using one of his
1,
ropes.
2. How are you doing it? Describe the process.
He sets his things down. He has a compact mirror in his pocket, in his bag, so he pulls that out, sets that down in front of him, and he kind of like leans over it just to like look into it and kind of use it like a scrying bowl.
I'm gonna rule that's gonna be vulgar without witnesses. So it's
That's
gonna
fine.
be difficulty 6, my friend.
That's fine.
Don't fail. Or do fail.
Rude.
Wow.
Be more fun. Be more fun
Rude.
for me.
No, rude.
Not this early, you know.
2 successes.
Okay. You attempt to glimpse into the past, and what you see is fragmented, as if the walls of time have been altered. But as you're looking, you can see figures moving, dancing, no, battling with one another. But as you attempt to peer deeper to get more details, it's almost as if time becomes solidified. And you can see for just a moment dark black shadows, some of which look dynamic, whereas others seem to be almost rigid, almost as if parts of time have been frozen to hide something from you. But you aren't sure exactly what.
Now the figures battling, did I get any sense of what they looked like?
No.
Huh. Well, this place is weird.
Yeah. But it's kind of a cool weird.
I mean, I'm not objecting to it, but like I saw figures dancing, figures fighting, and then it got to a point where just like everything just like wouldn't go any farther. So I don't know if it's the door or
Could be. You said it
something.
feels like home.
I hope
What
this
if
wasn't.
what if the mages and Fae battled here?
Well, hopefully they don't want to come back for it.
I mean, look at how much literal destruction and wearing and tearing of this place has been. I mean, it's got to be at least a good 50, 60 years, right? No one's holding a grudge that long that's alive.
You do know that they can reincarnate, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But different bodies. So fingers crossed they have different problems now.
Fingers crossed there's not a 10-year-old with a grudge.
98 problems, and this isn't one of them.
Mm-hmm. He's texting the group again. Where are you guys?
Coming to the party?
At this point that Ethan and Phoenix, you arrive. The Uber driver is very upset, but you are left outside. You see the building as described previously.
Oh, this is it?
This is the address. Yeah.
Okay. Here, I'm sorry. And he makes sure he'll pull out the quick brush to get rid of any type of shedding that may have happened from the dog. Scrape it out of the car. And we're like, thank you for the help and extra tip. I promise. And I guess make our way inside.
Ethan says, "Never mind the smell, sir, and this'll help." And he tosses a little kind of nice smelling, not one of the car ones. Yeah, actually, it's a little car air freshener. He just throws it back there. It's pine scented.
Pine scented.
All right. Yep. Okay. You do this.
This is what happened when we split up. Yep.
Well, I'm being conscientious to our Uber driver.
Exactly. We're trying to help out.
Mhm.
And then we make our way inside, and I guess that's when we see the uniquely described area.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you see everything as described, though neither of you notice anything unusual. Until you find Kian and Dr. Claudia in the room outside of the main observatory.
So with those pills, what I'm telling you, the raspberry was a little on the tart side. You know, if you throw some lemon in there, I think it would be really good. Oh my God, this place is infested with cats as well.
Oh, well, I thought actually I was going to add a little honey to it, give it a little bit of
Ooh.
sweetness.
Now here's a question. Can you do dessert flavored supplements?
Yes.
Ooh.
Duh.
So I had this really good lemon and raspberry cheesecake one time, and if you could replicate that in supplement form, I think you have a really unique line. Do not tell Ethan I'm giving you any advice.
No problem. I know nothing.
We are right here. We are right here. Just a heads up. Hi. Oh, this place. This is unique. I'm going to immediately turn on my spirit and prime sight to see what this room has.
That door.
That door.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
But you're using both at the same time. Difficulty 4.
Okay. It's okay, Cian. Dr. Claudia has a totally different business that she's in. It's perfect. No competition whatsoever. And if it is, then whatever. It's fine. There's enough room.
It could be a collaborative line.
Exactly. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're all friends here.
I'll just use one quintessence to make it difficulty 3, make it as easy as possible. And good thing I did. 3 successes.
Okay, roll perception and awareness. Difficulty 3.
Ooh, nice. Okay, that's my best work. Let me add 2 more dice. Okay. Nice. We have a crit. 2, 3, 4. What was the difficulty?
3.
3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 successes.
You look at the door, and you can see there is definitely some source of quintessence on the other side of it. And you can see something about the door is attempting to block your sight. However, with 9 successes, you realize, almost without intending to, that the space behind that door is the Umbra?
Oh, so the room on the opposite side, that's the Umbra. I recognize that place quite well.
What is it?
That he'll point towards inside the room. That's the Umbra.
So where's the Quint?
Do I see Quintessence coming from any location?
You can see it on the other side of the door as well.
Yeah, it's on the other side, and the Umbra.
Fascinating.
See, I
So
knew
it's
Ethan
kinda-
would enjoy this.
I know, right? Well, hey, can you guys open up the door?
Ethan walks over to the door.
If you make a willpower roll, please. Difficulty 7.
You get sucked through the door into oblivion. Oh. Mhm. 3 success.
Ooh, nice.
You knock on the door, and as soon as you do, you can feel a compulsion to leave, to walk away. It isn't strong enough to make you move, but you almost instinctively pull your hand back.
Interesting.
Interesting protections built into this door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
did say barrier.
Yeah. It's a ward.
Well, doors are barriers, yes.
No, there's an extra ward on the door.
So, out of character, above table question. What spheres would be needed to remove a ward? Correspondence is one, right?
Intelligence and esoterica to see what
okay.
Phoenix knows.
Okay.
And I would say you
Now-
can add your mentor dots to it because she would have gone over some basics in your education.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd probably
thank
be
you.
doing the same, trying to rack my brain. You said intelligence esoterica.
That helps out a lot.
Okay.
Kian's just laying on the dirty floor at this point. He's just like,
what's
Claudia's gonna
What's-
sit next to Kian, just
what's the
watching.
difficulty said? 6 or
Yeah. Do you have dots in the esoterica knowledge?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Difficulty 7.
Mhm.
If you,
7? Okay.
For people who've never played the 20th edition before, if you do not have dots in the knowledge, you cannot make the roll.
Right.
Especially for my viewers, because that's different in V5.
Let's see.
You can't boost your attributes to make up for not knowing things.
Nope. 5 success.
Yeah, 5 successes.
Wow. Twinning.
Yes. Well, I mean, the what we call it, the mentor merit helped out a lot. It did most of the heavy lifting.
So-
yeah, I still have 8, so.
You both know the normal way to break through a ward such as this would be if you had the equivalent dots in the spheres used to create it. I would say Phoenix would be aware. Actually, I would say together, you collectively are aware that it would be a correspondence, prime, and mind at the least. Probably spirit as well, if what Phoenix said is true. However, I do not believe the 4 of you have all of those spheres, which means there is a second way for you to do it, kind of a brute force method that will require you to only have a few dots in prime and to spend a lot of quintessence. However, you both,
Does
Phoenix
anybody
and
here have
Ethan, would
a
know. Phoenix and Ethan, you would know that doing this will possibly alert whoever laid the original ward if they are still watching it.
So does nobody here has correspondence then? I can't remember.
I do. Yeah, I think 3 of us do. I think. To clarify, what you said, they be aware of the war. You mean both methods may make the user aware of it, or just the second one?
The second one.
Okay. Okay.
So nobody has mine though, right? Or no? Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one we don't have. Dang it! So it's So, do we have an idea who this may belong to originally? Maybe we could ask them if we could stay here.
It's the
Right,
million
because they
dollar
left a
question.
calling cord.
I don't know how
Kian,
this work.
Kian just holds up his reversed Emperor card. Probably this person.
What does that mean?
It's a sign of an authoritarian power.
Try the cards again. See if there's another clue.
All right. He'll set up, grab his cards, keep the High Priestess and the Emperor off to the side because he's like, I already know about you two. And
We
he's
don't want
gonna
to deal with.
shuffle the cards again to see if anything else pops out.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that guy's new groove. Terrible.
What
Let's
steps
see.
are we missing?
Make your RTA roll.
Try my colorful dice. 4?
Yes, difficulty 4.
Just hold off for one episode. I was getting mine next episode. Thank you.
2 episodes. Or 2 successes.
2 successes. Let's see if there's anything. No, I don't know if there's anything that the cards could tell you.
Anything we're missing? A hint? Do you want to be difficult today?
You
Tell them you
get
can be difficult.
I've already called my mother once.
you get the Wheel of Fortune.
Bonus. Well, this is. Y'all are being difficult today. You're just
Talking
mad.
cards?
Mad I was looking at other decks, weren't you?
You're cheating on me with other decks.
Well, while you all deal with the reliability of your decks of cards, we're going to go on a quick break, and then we'll see what our story tells us when we get back. So we will be right back in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to our Arcane Veil's Chronicle. I believe our cabal here is attempting to break a ward. So, as the four of you prepare yourselves for this undertaking, what are you doing?
Ethan is looking through his stuff. He's reviewing notes. He's trying to read more up on breaking wards because it's not something he's done very much. He's trying to basically get his shit together.
Okay. Right.
Let's see. Yeah, Phoenix will look at the others and say, so is everyone prepared, ready? You know what we need to do? Or,
Words aren't my thing.
okay.
First
And then
time for everything.
Phoenix would essentially recall the step-by-step instruction that his mentor has gave him regarding breaking the ward, saying it requires a bit of quintessence and other aspects to break it. I think we should be able to do it. If there's anyone, he pauses because then, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna roll for willpower. He's gonna stop because he remembers what his mentor says. He just stops in mid conversation.
Okay, do you tend to stop in mid-conversation?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just forgot about something. But yes.
What'd you forget?
It's something I was supposed to remember, but I just remember now, and so I can't talk about it. But it's okay. I want to
Why
make
can't you
sure.
talk about it?
I'm not supposed to.
Oh, so you were told not to talk about it in front of us.
Just in front of people in general.
Sure. You're not good at lying, are you?
Well, I mean, maybe not. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's okay. You know, if you all any stops.
Leave it to the hermetic. I'll be back in a minute. She'll pull out her big flick, and she has 2 pictures in her hand. She walks the next room. And there's a little sound of a Bic lighting.
Okay. Roll
You doing this,
me-
are you? Okay.
Roll me your aura, Tim. This will be a coincidental roll, so it'll be a difficulty 5 to begin with.
So a roll per photograph, correct?
Yes, we'll let you do two rolls.
Perfect.
I can be kind.
I appreciate it. That's a 2 and a 3.
All right, you gain a total of 5 quintessence. As these images go up in flames, you can feel the metaphysical power add to your avatar. You feel more than you were before, but in some ways
just-
less.
There's a tear, but she kind of tries to wipe it away and steel herself again before she comes back into the room.
What is a roll to notice that? Is that wits?
Let's see. So
If a
you
tear
could
streaks down her face.
notice. I would say Claudia had wiped it free before returning to the room.
Mm.
So you could attempt a perception empathy roll at difficulty at 7. Really want to see.
Not really. I just wanted to, because I know I'm naturally good at certain aspects, so I was kind of trying to determine what line that falls under to see if it's something that he would just pick up subconsciously or something that he would have to focus on. So if it's something that it's really hard to see, he's not trying to pay attention. But if it's something that I'm good
Then I would say
at,
you likely wouldn't have noticed.
No, this
but
is-
it took
gotcha.
a clear effort to cover.
Gotcha. No worries.
So is Phoenix leading this attempt?
Yeah. A bit nervously, but yeah, he would give it a shot.
Oh,
It's okay, Phoenix. We believe in you.
How do you go about taking care of this, Phoenix? What do you do?
He definitely takes out his medallion that he has. Not the same medallion, not the Wonder, but it's a different medallion that he has that was given by his mentor to kind of help make things a little bit easier. It's like his safety blanket when he knows he's about to do something difficult. And he's going to take out some chalk. It starts to draw what looks like these unique lines on the ground, runic essences. It kind of speaks to him. And then he looks at the others and say, if we're working this together, I think we can all contribute to this. Was there anything you all would like to add to this?
Well, I believe more energy couldn't hurt. Let me see if I can plug in and contribute. And Ethan takes out a little electronic device attached to a cord that kind of runs into his clothes and hands it to Phoenix.
Let's
What
add
do
it.
you
Go ahead.
What do you need exactly?
Oh, me personally?
Well,
nothing
you want
much.
us to contribute. How do you want us to contribute is my question.
See, it was just see if your characters wanted to add a bit of your paradigm into the spell itself.
I'm asking that in character is what I'm saying. Sorry.
Oh, in character. Sorry, I thought in character.
Claudia's asking you in character.
Okay. So Phoenix will look up and says, "Well, whatever will make you feel like part of the spell. I don't want this to just be me, since this is all of us working together. So whatever you feel like will make this feel
I
part of
wasn't
you."
sure on if there was a need of a sphere or not. That tells me what I need to then contribute, is what I was
Yes.
saying.
I see. Oh, see, it was Prime, right? And what was the other one?
Correspondent. Well, you don't have the required spheres, so
Mhm.
you all would be contributing just additional quintessence.
Okay, yeah. So it'd just be quintessence. That's it.
She'll look to Key and say, I got this, and she will give out the 5 quintessence she just received.
Okay.
And she'll donate that.
Okay. He looks towards the others and say, "Would anyone else like to?" Or no problem if we don't, but I just wanted to make sure.
That should provide you with what you need.
Okay. And how much did you donate?
However much we need that's left.
Let's see. So
Dr.
you
Claudia said 5.
You have
and then you
Mhm.
you have 5 of 15 at the moment.
5 of 15, and you have 7. So if you and me do 5, then we still have some left over, and we hit our target.
Yes. Yes. To clarify, I have 10. But
Okay.
yes, I would. Yeah, we could do 5 of 5 to break it up.
Okay. So
Gotta save some for
Yeah.
later, you know.
Mhm.
you each contribute to this hermetic circle drawn into the ground. For those of you with dots in the awareness talent, you can feel the massive amount of energy being transferred here. The majority coming from Phoenix and Ethan, but not insignificant from the world around you, actually. And as Claudia, you add your portion, the ward in front of you glistens, and you all see numerical values, digital code, and you each recognize, you've each been told the stories of what the technocracy's wards would look like. And they're not the same.
Okay.
It is not exactly the same, but you can recognize the handiwork. It's almost the difference between seeing something in a book versus seeing it in real life. And for a moment, these two forces are opposed, fighting for control. Then the ward snaps. And then you all feel the node begin to awaken. Kian, you immediately feel that familiarity, that sensation. It almost washes over you as imagination, knowledge, the desire to create. And then you remember where you felt this before. You haven't felt it since you were a child with your parents, and they would go to the freehold. And you can tell this place isn't exactly a freehold. Maybe it was. Maybe it was the Fae who held this place. But you can tell for sure that this place will be noticed. Phoenix, with your attunement to the spirit, to the gauntlet, you remember something your teacher, your sister, told you a long time ago about places where the veil is thin, places where the worlds almost seem to come together. And you realize you are standing at a shallow place where the mundane and the unnatural are beginning to bleed together. Ethan, you notice something else. For a moment, you can feel there is a line stretching from here back toward the lake. I would say you become aware of something you are told about the importance of geometry and distance, and you realize there's a ley line connecting this place to another.
How much do I know about ley lines?
You can make me an intelligence and esoteric roll.
Dun, 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 dun. What's the DC?
6. I'll say you can get some basic knowledge with 6.
2, 3, 4, 6.
6 successes. All right. So you know that for nodes, it is not uncommon for people to connect different points to one node. You, with 6 successes, you figure that this place itself is not a node. This place is connected to the main node and has been kind of pulled a portion of its power to this spot. You aren't sure if that was done by a mage like yourself or perhaps someone else once upon a time, but you think the true node is located somewhere beneath the lake. The 4 of you feel this energy wash over you. I return the story to the 4 of you and what you would like to do next.
Ethan's got his glasses out and he's looking at the door. He's examining the thing, just seeing the ley line and going, interesting.
Define interesting.
This isn't the node.
Okay, then what is it?
So
Because I feel it.
it's connected to the node. So it's kind of a remote location.
So
There's
well.
maybe it has a ley line connecting it back towards the lake.
Ah, that
Makes
explains
sense.
why.
Because you can't go into the lake, draw a lane line to there to draw it here. Because what chantry is going to put their lake down, put their chantry in the middle of a lake?
I don't think it was a chantry originally.
What was it?
Pretty sure this was a freehold at one point.
What's that?
Makes sense.
What is that?
Very freehold.
Very interesting.
Are we supposed to return it?
Your parents are going to come here and be upset and that we opened it.
No, they
Okay.
live in Ireland. Are you kidding me? It's
You'll
been
never-
abandoned. Well, if my
Oh.
mother pops up in your bathroom, you'll know.
All right.
I sincerely hope not. I'd like a little bit of consent going on between us.
She does not. She just walks.
Hmm.
No, I'm pretty sure it's been abandoned. That's probably why I was getting that sense of stuff scraped away. Pretty sure it went from a freehold to whatever the code on the door meant.
That was weird.
Oh. Should we provide like an olive branch of like sharing it with them?
No.
Right. And have them come on over and hit us with their pixie sticks. Hey, I'm being nice.
I'm not a big sugar fan either.
What more along the lines of they lost it, their loss. Plus, again, the code on the door. I'm pretty sure the technocracy probably stepped foot here at one point.
Oh,
Sounds
it
like
was
it's just-
trying to. Yeah. Claudia will go to the door and try and open it.
As you open it, you see the world on the other side of the door is similar to this one. It is the metal, the rusted and old metal is replaced with stone, worn and still overtaken by nature. But it looks more like you are standing at the base of some sort of temple.
How bad is it that I want to go in there and explore?
Fascinating.
It's the Umbra. Let's go. And then Phoenix just starts walking his way.
No. That is how you get eaten by things.
Exactly.
Do I recall past experiences in the Umbra, like things trying to eat me?
I would say your teacher would tell you that the Umbra is a place of potential and doom. It is a place that you, although as a member of the Order, you do not tread with fear, you are smart enough to know to be prepared. One does not enter the Umbra without preparations.
One
Gotcha,
does
gotcha.
not simply enter the Umbra.
So as they said that, it was just like, oh, yes, that lesson. I forgot. Yes, for preparation. Good point. and they'll return back to his cabal.
But it's nice to know we have a door to it, so that saves us having to try and.
Yeah, but how do we wake up the node is the question. To
Well,
cipher it here.
we could rent a boat. You know, there's some
For what?
there's some nice folks that rent scuba gear we were talking to earlier. Or perhaps you have some, I don't know, different means of helping yourself get underwater.
Yeah, it's called changing your lungs to gills.
Excellent.
That's good for you. That's good for you.
That would probably be my preferred method or something similar, because I do not think I can carry one of those tanks. They are way too big.
Or you turn around and use one of the pills that you sell to adjust your strength to be able to carry it.
I mean, we could do that too, but then what happens if something happens to the tank or the scuba gear? Much more prone to error, especially for a novice as myself.
Well, I'm just kind of concerned that if like there's a node in the water, what else is in the water?
Mm-hmm.
It's
There's a
barren.
reason why. Yeah, but the thing is that there's a reason why there is a ley line from here to the center of the lake.
Well, I imagine, if I was to speculate, perhaps this was an ideal spot for them to enter the Umbra at the time, and so they drew the power here to create this portal. That way, anyone could easily access it that knew of its existence. I mean, look, we could just open the door and walk in.
Well, that's
know?
after we broke a ward, too.
Sure, but it's much easier from what I've come to learn than your average person who doesn't know anything about being able to cross over. This is for, I guess, the lay mage, or
Can I have either one? If you have the cosmology knowledge, make an intelligence and cosmology roll. If you have the esoterica skill, you can make an intelligence or intelligence and esoterica skill roll.
I'll do esoterica.
I will.
And the difficulty is 6.
I technically do have all the knowledges, but esoterica I'm better at.
So you said cosmology or okay, I gotta say both. So I'll do cosmology since I have both.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. I
6 success.
I love you.
Goodness. And you rolled esoterica, correct?
Yes.
What was the difficulty?
6.
6. I would say for you, Ethan, with your esoterica roll, you know that now that there is no ward blocking this door, the bridge you've created to the Umbra, the shallowing, is open. Anyone can go through. Anyone can come out.
Ooh. Well, but here's another better question. How much does Ethan know about what's actually in the Umbra?
I would say, how many does he have in cosmology?
1.
I would say you'd be vaguely aware of some common spirits. You would have heard of different bestial spirits. You wouldn't know too much about the specifics, though. It wouldn't be. It would have been a cursory understanding.
It's probably just given a, what's the word I'm looking here for? A cautionary understanding of the Umbra. Umbra be dangerous.
So technically we've found this. Should we let the lady know?
Via text, right? The app.
Mm-hmm.
Probably broke the ward broke a ward we weren't supposed to.
That's the only way we could get it signed.
But now everything else can come out.
You just have to be prepared.
Are we just going to
Phoenix,
stay
did you
here
make
and
the
guard it?
cosmology roll?
Yes, 4 successes.
With your understanding of the Umbra, you know distance is not 1-to-1, but in theory you could travel through the Umbra under the link. You don't know what you'd find. They aren't perfectly the same, but it could work.
Yeah, you could go to the Umbra under the lake as well.
Okay, the question is, do you trust this to go into it to go to the thing?
Yes. If you wanted to go to the Umbra under the lake, you could just go through this door. And then it's not a direct 1-to-1, but we'll get there.
Will we get out?
Yeah, I was say Ethan kind of like his eyes kind of squint a little bit, looking towards Phoenix. And what are we gonna find in the Umbra?
It depends. There's quite a bit you can find there. But that's why we have preparation to prepare ourselves for what's to come.
Right. So we're gonna message the VA so that she can tell us what this is.
Exactly.
Maybe she could send someone more experienced to make sure nothing gets out. Because if we go through there to get to the node, no one's sitting here watching this door,
Mm-hmm.
and then anybody could.
What's up?
Phoenix, I
Come
didn't
and
know
go.
you were connected to the office of Verbena Affairs.
No, I am. However, a storyteller with my spirit too. I can tighten the gauntlet, right? I can make it more difficult for things to go.
Actually, let me double check before I give you an answer.
Yeah, that's spirit too. I remember you can make the gauntlet easier or more difficult to cross.
Phoenix gonna tighten that sphincter.
Your children. Disappointed children. Alright, let's see if you have the qualifications.
Such a proud father.
Okay, maybe double check if there's a difference between it. Okay, so you do know that you can manipulate the gauntlet. However, this situation isn't the same. The gauntlet is effectively missing here. You would need the knowledge of sealing the gauntlet. Yes, I would say you would have heard of this. You are in what is called a shallowing, meaning the wall between the Umbra and the real world just is gone here. You do not have the understanding to seal something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's 4, right? Or 3?
Yes, that would be 4. It's the
Yes,
rend or seal breach.
So. That's you. Okay. All right. So yeah, sorry. In that case, yeah. I guess we could reach out to send her a text to see if someone can do it. Yeah.
Claudia's already doing it.
Calling and Keen at the same time, texting
Yeah.
this lady.
Because I'm not gonna figure this shit out.
Meanwhile,
Phoenix,
in
you
the
could make
background.
be another intelligence and esoterica roll and add your mentor to see if your mentor may have taught you something.
Roll the random encounter table.
Poor this poor VA is just getting 2 texts
Sharks.
like SOS.
Sharks. The random encounter table is just sharks. Just only sharks. You to send messages. You don't get a message. You don't get a response initially. As you alert, you send it, and he may have to wait a little bit of time.
But what's it?
Let me roll. Let me
Oh,
roll some dice to see how long it takes for her to respond.
What was the difficulty again?
6.
6. And this was I only got 3 dots intelligence. I rolled 3 zeros. I was like, that would have been 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Wired spheres. I would say there may be a way to create another ward. Your understanding of correspondence is a bit too low, but you may be able to make a ward that may not stop something from coming through, but it might weaken it. It might give you a bit of a warning beforehand. To our lovely doctor and Kian. You both receive responses where the person sends several emojis, though for those of you who are fans of kind of the old 6-bit video games, they're in that kind of format before she goes, "It's been 24 hours.
Yeah,
Not even 24 hours.
we work
How-
fast.
Ian sends her a gift that just goes and.
No, the gift, and then
You're like, are you mad because we were fast?
You explain everything that you've learned up until now.
yes. Actually, Claudia gets very not only methodical, but she does and checks every single box.
Okay. So you may have alerted the technocracy to your presence.
Great.
It'll be a while before I can find someone capable of sealing the gauntlet completely. Stand by. I will do what I can.
She will then go into detail that the ley line from that area goes down to the center of the lake. So is there any other possible ways to do that? To tap into the node that's in the middle of a lake that we don't know what the hell is there. Because that seems a little ridiculous. There's a node in the middle of the lake and a ley line right here. There's got to be something.
Could get a boat, swim.
You
was
know
one
what's in the water.
success.
Seriously?
That was one success.
I don't know. She says, "Listen, I deal with computers. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm a farmer, your point.
The Earth is closer to water than a computer is. I'll let you guys
Yes,
handle it.
But
This
she
is your problem, and I would be a bad instructor if I solved all your problems for you."
It's not solving, it's more of giving a helping hand.
She does not respond.
Can use your term.
My charm. She's gonna get us eaten by kelpies. That's what she's gonna do. We're gonna get in that water. Do not touch any horses. And he's gonna get up, collect all of his items.
Right,
looks like
because
gotta
I
go
totally have
boat.
horses at my farm. I don't.
Good.
The days of using horses for tools for farming have long since passed.
You never know. You never know. It might look like
I have
a horse, not a
You
horse.
do not stop it. And she'll just gently bap the side of his shoulder. 3 nice things about yourself. Three nice
Right.
things.
Right. I'm tall.
Okay.
I've got good hair
Okay.
and a good relationship with my parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't
Right.
say bad things.
All right. We can either go boat or we can go door.
Honestly, I think the boat's safer. We don't have any experience traversing the Umbra. At least I don't. I don't know about the rest of you.
I do, but it takes time and preparation. We just have to stay calm and just do our due diligence before we make the crossing, and then we should be fine.
So boat, because we don't have time.
Oh, yes, that. Okay.
Right. Well, we just gotta hope nothing gets out of here.
So just to clarify, it's not like there's like a screen door. There is no door. Till even if we go through the lake, something that can come out anytime now. It's not like it's going to stop, and it won't stop even after we unlock the door. It's just there's us, and then there's just think of that door as like the outside world, and anyone can walk through.
Well, she at least said that the technocracy were alerted to our presence, so I suggest we not be here.
Yeah.
You know, if something does decide to walk through it, you know,
Oh wow.
there'll be someone with shade standing here. Let's go.
Yep.
It's their problem. It's their problem now.
I think
Shouldn't-
Phoenix
should not have made this-
legitimately chuckled from that. Legitimately chuckled from the sheets.
You know, although
Mhm.
Umbral thing versus Techno, I would get some popcorn and watch that. Just saying.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, they'd sent us here, so I don't think we should be here.
Yeah, no, like let's go. I got my keys. Let's go.
I have mine. Let's go. I'm good.
We took an Uber to get here. Who can we ride with?
I've got a cart. Let's go.
I got a
Okay,
motorcycle, so whatever.
Okay.
Is everybody capable of underwater traversal or?
Nope. I'm in trouble, but it's okay. They gave me scuba gear and I paid for everything, so I think that's fine.
Good man. Yes, good man. Just to clarify, Rhea, I think with Life 3, if I wanted to say help somebody with gills, I can't do it to another person yet. I can only do it to myself.
Yeah, that's correct. With that,
Okay,
you
that's
could-
fine. That's all right. All right, my bodysuit serves many functions.
Yep, altering other life forms is life form.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mhm.
It's okay. It's okay, man.
Oh, as our 4 members of our cabal deal with the lots here. They're going through a lot. I think that's where we're going to wrap up our adventure for the evening.
Oh
It was a
no!
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for me personally. I enjoyed it. They seem to be a little stressed. Seem to be a little bit stressed. Well, let's
The
see.
gray hairs are already coming out.
Rhea is a master of edging.
We're gonna get into that
Wow.
lake, and there's just gonna be like 5 Rokias. It's okay.
And they're all going to be dancing after they scare us to death.
No, hopefully, all the Rokias will have wonderful Australian accents and say, "Humans are friends, not food."
I would like that very much.
Same, totally
I
same.
don't think any of the were creatures like humans that much, so we'll see. So we'll
That's
go
a
ahead
good
and let
sign.
these wonderful people tell you where you can find them on this lovely internet and what they're up to. And we'll start this time. We'll start with Junie.
What, me?
You're first.
Oh God. Okay. Hi, I'm Judy Von Esch. You can find me everywhere on the internet because it's easier to go that way. I'm not technocracy. However, may or may not be a society of ether somewhere or another. Don't ask. You can find me here on the Twitch app doing normal stuff like crocheting, playing with yarn, because I was told that murder was illegal, so I strangle yarn for a living at times. You can also find me on McStabbers, where I'm a storyteller for this one over here, or that one. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere on the screen. I do thank you. I do VTM on Saturdays over there. I'm also in a couple of games. I'm also the werewolf storyteller for Queen's Gambit. And I am on Revenos Archon's channel. And that's it for the moment. Thank you.
All right. Next up, Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858. But this has been a blast. I'll be honest. I was really tempted to see which route we were going to go because, Undersea seems to favor, I think, 3/4 of the crew, and then the Umbra favors just 1. So it kind of makes sense that we're going to be going under the sea. So we will see how that goes. In terms of where.
Ooh. I wonder if we get to meet Sebastian.
Hey, that'd be awesome. The Little Mermaid. Can we make sure we get that copyright? Did they make public domain yet? Anyway, so you can find me, of course, on our YouTube channel at the Cookout TTRPGs, where we have a wide variety of TTRPG goodness. We have been on a little bit of a hiatus, but you may be seeing some content coming out relatively soon. But right now, I've been primarily working on my comic book company, Snowstorm Comics, where we released our first comic book series, Rise in the Nephilim. We actually just came back from New York Comic Con a couple of weeks ago. We sold out of the standard edition, but we do have the variant edition left remaining. So if you want to get yourself a copy of one of those, feel free to check out our website at www.snowstormcomics.com. And, you know, keep an eye out on our Instagram because the second issue may be coming out relatively soon. That's all I'm going to say. That's me.
All right. Sir Monolith, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm at Sir Monolith on the socials, and you can mostly find me here mulling about, thinking of new and interesting ways to give Ree mental pain.
That is true.
It's all out of love, though.
Sure.
Murder makes for better stories.
Ari, you're up next.
Taya Maria, you can find me here mostly just tormenting Ree at this point because that's what I live for. If you are interested in any social media, you can find me on the Twitters at the Small Shadow Snack. I'm not active there. Blue Sky at Aurelia Crane. I'm not active there either. But so here's the best place you can find me, where I will continue to torment Ree, which now is just Mage because Call of Cthulhu has ended and we did not get eaten by Cthulhu.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. Our first player to die almost died a second time, but not quite. Not quite.
Death comes on swift wings. All right, so let's see. If you want to follow what I'm up to, on Friday I will be returning as Carlos, the Arcadian she of House Fiona, who is always open for a good time. So you have to go check that out. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never played anything before. On Saturday, I get to return as Kajai, the first pre-mention of Clan La Sombra, because we've allowed that to happen in Chicago too early. It's
Easy
fun.
war
Have
thirst
fun.
trap. If you want to fight, go
do.
see him.
I do. I'm very good at the war. But you know, it's good. It's good. It's Vampire the Masquerade. It's everything is war, really, if you really think about it. But let's see. Next week, we return with this story. And if you are looking for more interesting things, there is an open casting call on the ReeRoles Discord for Strength of Thousands, Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign, where students and players get to go to the Magumbia, a fantastical place of magical learning, and get to become wizards and druids and all manners of spellcasters. So you definitely give that a try if you've never had the opportunity before. But I believe that is all my announcements. So without further ado, our story is concluded, and I hope you join us next week.